Hey friends, Kevin here, and today we're going to talk about what you need to take and what you don't need to take, and how much you should sweat over this having everything with you when doing van life or taking a long trip in your van. So let's get to it. I can guarantee you that everyone overpacks on their first trip, and most of us, we end up taking less and less and less every time. So to get yourself off, if this is your first trip or you're new to this, here's a question you need to ask yourself is, do I really need this? Am I really going to use this? Now there's things I recommend people carry: a tire repair kit, an inflator for their tires, a jump pack, basic little things like that. But what I'm talking about is all of the other little doodads and gadgets that everyone tells you that you need to take. And this can be as simple as cooking utensils. Now, you are in a limited space. This is not your home that you are used to. I, if there is one of you, how many cups and plates and saucers do you need? Are you planning on, do you need a place setting for 8 or for 16? You may think that you're going to have these great meetings and stuff on the road and do this, but in reality, that's just not really going to happen for most of us. So you only need a limited number of forks, spoons, knives. I carry a skillet, I carry a small pot, I carry something to make coffee with, and that is pretty much it. I have basically place settings for 2. I have a few extra papery foam cups in case I meet people and, I have coffee and I'm sharing coffee. If they don't have a coffee cup or don't want to, run 100 yards back to their van to get one. So I can give them a disposable little cup and we can sit and have a cup of coffee or whatever. But other than that, you just don't need all of these kitchen gadgety things. A luxury item for me that I did take on most trips was a toaster. But even that little 2-slice toaster, it takes up a fair amount of space, and I just didn't use it that often. I used to be big into frozen waffles, and I thought, oh, that's going to be a treat. I will be on the road, and I will be able to have frozen waffles when I'm at a campground, have electricity and all this stuff. But in reality, it just wasn't necessary. You just learn to adjust and adapt, and you will find out that you don't need all of these things. A little dinky 5-cup coffee maker that costs $9 at Walmart is fine for most people if you're in a situation where you have enough electricity to run it. If you're going to be at campgrounds most of the time with electricity, or you have solar or whatever that will let you do that. But you don't need anything fancier than that. And if that glass carafe, whatever they call that thing, if it breaks and you have a $150 coffee maker, now you have an issue. If I break this on the $9 one, I just go to the next Walmart and buy another $9 one. It's keep things simple. Clothing. Clothing is another thing people go absolutely nuts over. Now, I've been on trips where it wasn't supposed to do things and it ended up snowing. If you're traveling with a better half, a female better half, they are more likely to have all the clothing and extra things that you need. But that stuff, unfortunately, does take up a lot of space. Weather can turn at any time on any trip, and if it does, my advice would be to go buy whatever you need at that point and then use it and give it away, or pass it on to someone else that you meet in your travels when you're done with it. Because you can go find a Dollar General store in most of your travels. You can find a Goodwill where you can go in and buy a new overcoat for $6, or a hooded sweatshirt, or whatever you would need if you're out and the weather drastically changes. So don't sweat this that you need to take everything with you just in case, because that is just going to put you into the situation of having too much stuff, and you are going to be constantly moving things around your van from one place to another because you don't have enough room. A couple of tips I will give you though. One is as far as a can opener. Put a decent can opener in your van. Do not go and buy one of these 99-cent can openers, because I guarantee after a few days, somewhere when you're out in the middle of nowhere, you're going to stick this thing on a can and the handle is just going to pop off and it's going to fall apart. So buy a good $6, $8, $10 can opener that will last you for years, and make sure you have that in your van. There are different ideals as far as what you will use to do dishes, to do pans. Basically, I just wipe any heavy grease out of things with paper towels, throw them away. I have a bottle of vinegar and water, basically white vinegar, basically mixed half and half. You spray the stuff down, you wipe that out with a paper towel, and you're done. It basically sanitizes. That's what vinegar does. It is amazingly inexpensive. It massively will cut down on your water usage. And it was one of those things. The first time I heard or saw somebody doing that, I thought, man, that's kind of gross. I don't know if I trust that. But I can tell you, after quite a few long trips, it works, and it works like a charm. So get your little $1 thing of vinegar, and if you can put it in a water bottle, something with a little sprayer on it. But even worst case scenario, just the little thing of vinegar by itself. Pour an ounce of water in a pot, pour a little vinegar in there, swish it around, wipe it out with a paper towel, and you are good to go. It will be clean. But let me know your experiences. Have you packed too much when you went on the road? Have you been on trips and realized, oh man, I took the entire kitchen with me and I didn't need all this stuff? Or wow, I was out on this trip and I spent half of my time moving stuff from place to place because I had way too many clothes. I was set for every condition and had sweatsuits and ski clothes and 3 overcoats and different coats for if it's a light rain or a heavy rain, or all of these different things, because trust me, we've all kind of done that and learned from it. But let me know what your experiences are. Let me know any other van life questions you have, something I can help you with, and we'll talk soon.